boys and girls, it's Miss Rossi. Today we are going to create a self-portrait using a funny filter. Let's get started. What you will be needing today is a pencil, a piece of paper, an eraser, something to trace your drawing with. I'm going to use a Sharpie, but you can use any type of marker or pen or colored pencil or dark colored crayon. And I'm going to color my picture in today using crayons, but you can use whatever you have at home. Whether you want to use colored pencils, crayons, markers, watercolors, or paints, whatever you want to color your picture in will be fine. Today we are going to draw a self-portrait, but we're going to add some details to our self-portrait to make it look like we're using one of those filters on things like Snapchat or Instagram or a lot of other apps that let you take pictures and add fun little decorations and accessories to transform what your selfie looks like. We're going to start our drawing by just doing a regular self-portrait, and then we're going to add our filter details on top of it. So I'm going to do a self-portrait with the dog ears filter. I'm going to start by drawing a regular old self-portrait. I'm going to do this nice and lightly because I will have to erase certain details when I start adding my filter decorations. So I like to start with a nice big U shape for my head. Once I have a shape that I like, I'm going to add my ears here at the top of my U. Try and make them the same size as best I can, and then I'm going to draw a straight line connecting the bottom of my ears and another light straight line connecting the top of my ears. These lines are just so I can line up where my areas of the face are going to go. You can also split a line so your face is split in half. That will work too to help you out, but these two are going to work for me right now. So if you feel on your face, the top of your ear actually goes across and hits the top of your eye. So right in this area, I know the top of my eye is going to be hitting that top line, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. But I'm just doing almost like an almond shape eye today. So it's almost like a football too, where it's pointy on both sides and round in the centers. So that's going to do it for my eye shapes. And then I know if I feel my own face from the bottom of my ear going across my face, the bottom of my nose hits that same line. So right here I can actually draw my nose. So the bottom of my nose hits that line that I drew connecting the bottom of my ears. Now that I have those things drawn, I can erase these lines because I'm not going to need those anymore. And I can start to add a few more details. So I can add my eyeballs in there. I'm doing 2 circles inside my eyes. So I have a circle for my iris, which is the colored part of our eye, and I have another circle for the pupil, which is the black part of our eye. I even put a semicircle or part of a circle inside my pupil to create a little highlight. And I'm just going to shade that in with my pencil so it's easier to see. I can add eyelashes and I can add some eyebrows. Now, depending on what kind of facial expression you want to be making, you might want to change the way your eyebrows are positioned, the way your eyes are positioned, and the way that your mouth is positioned. I think my picture is just going to have a nice open mouth smile, and then I'll add the dog filter tongue coming out of the mouth. But if you want to be making a certain expression to go better with the filter that you're drawing, you can do that. On my Canvas page, I have papers that show different expressions and emotions and how you can change the way your eyes are positioned and the way your mouth and your eyebrows are positioned to kind of show those different expressions and emotions. And then I also have a paper that shows different eyes, noses, and mouths, so you can pick ones that look the most like you because you want your self-portrait to look like you. So now down here I'm going to do a nice big mouth that is a big smile. And I'm going to add some cheek lines at the corners of my smile. I'm going to do a line going straight across from my teeth, and I'm going to add a tongue. And I'm drawing all this very lightly because I know it's going to change a bit once I add my dog filter details. So I'm also going to add some lips, and I think that'll do it. Now this is a point where you can see your whole face and how it looks with the head shape that you drew. So if there's anything you want to change about the U shape you initially made for your head, you can change that now. I think I'm going to bring mine in a little bit more on the sides and bring the bottom up just a bit so my chin doesn't look as big. And that's going to look better. And since I drew my line nice and lightly, I can erase that very easily and make adjustments until I like the way that it looks. From here, I'm going to add my hair. I also have another sheet on my Canvas page that shows you all different hairstyles you can use if your hair does not look like mine. Now, I have bangs, so I'm going to draw the rest of my head so it's nice and round, like a nice big oval. And then I'm going to draw my hair coming down in front of my forehead. And now you could draw your hair however your hair looks. Just make sure you add that top of your head on there because you shouldn't have a flat head at the top. Since we only drew the U shape, a lot of people just want to go straight across with a line for their hair, and that is going to make it look a little crazy. I'm just going to do some wavy lines coming down from the top of my head to show the rest of my hair. And I can add my neck. My neck is going to be 2 straight lines coming down from my chin. And from those lines, I'm going to get my shoulder. Your shoulders do not just go straight down to the edge of your paper. They actually curve out to show where your arms are. So I'm going to have them curve out a little bit on both sides, just like that. And then I can add my hair coming down over my shoulders if I want it to look long. Or you can end it there. However your hair looks is how you should want to try and draw it. And the last thing I'm going to do before I start adding my details for my funny face filter is I'm going to add my shirt. So you can decide whatever kind of shirt you want to be wearing. Maybe it's the shirt that you're wearing right now. Maybe it's something else. I'm going to draw a t-shirt, so I'm going to add the t-shirt sleeves along the sides. I'm going to keep that line connecting to the edge of my paper to show where my arms are. And maybe I'm going to give my t-shirt a pocket. And it will be a striped shirt. So I'm just going to draw some stripes going all the way across, and I can color those in later. There we go. If you want to add any jewelry like necklaces or earrings, if you want to be wearing a hat, or if you want to have glasses, you can draw all those things on now too. Now I can add my details to create my filter. So I'm doing the dog face filter, so it has dog ears coming out from the top of my head. It also has a dog nose, and it does have a tongue that comes out when you open your mouth. So since I drew my mouth open, I will draw the tongue coming out of there. There's so many different options you can do. You can pick your favorite filter. You can create your own, so you can add your own details or decorations or accessories on your face to make it look a little bit funny, or just to transform into something else. So you can change the way your eyes look. You can add glasses. You can add different animal ears. You can add goggles or a crazy hat, or if you want to add a mustache and a beard, you can change all those things to look like these filters that we see on our phones and on our computers, or you can create your own. For my dog filter, there is going to be a big snout in the center of my face, so I'm just going to do a nice big oval right over the top of what I already drew. And I'm going to erase everything in that oval so it's easier for me to see what's going to be showing. And that is going to be like the dog's snout. So I'm going to add the nose in there. I'm going to add some freckles. And then coming down out of my mouth, I am actually going to connect it to the tongue that I already drew. So I'm just going to do a big tongue coming out. It's going to be nice and long, just like a dog's tongue. So it's going to look a little funny, but that's what you want. I'm going to erase anything inside my tongue because I know that tongue is not going to be see-through. It's going to cover up all of this that I already drew, and I'm going to draw that line coming down. I'm going to add some big floppy ears coming out at the top of my head. So I got my ears on there, and then I'm just going to add some more details to my nose. I think I want to raise it up a little bit because it looked a little low on my face, so I'm going to put it a little higher. Maybe we should actually curve that up a bit. There we go. and then you would be able to see the top of my mouth. Perfect. So now I am done with my filter details. I have my whole picture finished. If you want to add any details in the background, you can. I think I'm going to leave mine the way that it is for now. I'm just going to grab my Sharpie and I'm going to trace over all of my pencil lines before I color them in. You can use whatever you have at home to trace, whether you want to use a regular marker or a dark colored crayon or colored pencil, or even a pen is going to work. We just want to go over the top of our pencil lines so our picture is a little bit easier to see before we start coloring. After I finished tracing all of my pencil lines with my Sharpie, I went in with my eraser and I erased any pencil lines that I could still see. Now my picture is ready for me to start coloring. So again, I'm going to color this so it looks like a self-portrait. So I want the facial features and the skin tone and the hair and all of that to look like me. But then I will color on my extra details for my filter that I added. I'm using crayons to color today, but you can use whatever you have at home to add color. And that is my funny filter self-portrait all finished. So you can do what I did and draw a dog face filter on your self-portrait, or you can come up with your own filter design and create that using different details and accessories. Once you're finished, be sure to take a picture of your project and share it with me. I can't wait to see the amazing work you guys are creating at home. Try your best, have fun, and get creative. Bye!